What's up? Welcome back. I'm John Stark from BackTheMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today we're going to talk about Gen V, Season 2, Episode 1. We're recapping this. I recapped the first season. I also recapped The Boys. So, it's been a minute. I forgot what the show was. Oh my god. I don't remember what happened. But luckily we had a little bit of a catch-up thing at the beginning of the season, so it has audio description. I thought the audio description was really great. And like all things boys, the show opens up with an incredibly gruesome, bloody sequence just to remind people you're watching something from this universe. Beware. So, we see they've had to sort of change things a lot. So there's a little bit of a time jump because I think when we last left them, if I remember correctly, they were all sort of like thrown in this room together. Like all of our heroes were in the same room together. So they've had to deviate a little bit. And so they did a little bit of a time jump. And so Marie is out. She's escaped. And that apparently led to Chance Perdomo's character, rest in peace, to try to escape, in which ended up leading to him dying. So that's how they wrote him off the show, which left only Emma and little Cricket and Jordan behind. And so Kate comes in and frees them and says there's been a deal. We also see this big promo video. There's a new guy, Cypher, that is running VOTU or whatever, the university, the Gen V, the school that they go to. Forgot the name of it. So he's the new head of the university. And there was some, now we live, the effects of The Boys season 4 have bled into this season. So if you haven't seen The Boys and you just watched Gen V, this is not going to make a whole lot of sense to you. But there's a whole lot of like superheroes. There's a lot of stuff that directly reflects what happened in the season finale of The Boys. And so superheroes are like the most persecuted group in history or something like that, was a quote from the episode. So yeah, there was a commission that cleared because they're soups and they want them to be cleared. So Emma and Jordan are cleared. They just have to go and read a statement about their heroism and how glad they are to be here and all that kind of stuff. Sam is already at the university, and we find out later in the episode that Kate's just been pushing him the whole time to make it so that he's passive. Because he, because he just seems chill, and Emma doesn't know why he's, but through a little interaction, we see that Sam's just being pushed, and that's why he's there. Jordan reunites with their family, sort of, doesn't really want to, but sort of does. Emma goes to Sean Patrick Thomas's character, who they kept around, the dad, Chance. I forgot Chance Perdomo's character's name. I know it's something really simple too, which is killing me. And tells him about his son's death, or makes sure that he knows, because they think that he doesn't know, but he does. And we see him searching, and he's trying to figure out some stuff with Cypher. So I guess he's going to be around Polarity, or I think I got that right, Polarity. It's going to be around a little bit to figure out what happened with his son. Eventually, they want Murray pulled into the school as well. She apparently would have the same deal that the other two have to bring her back, and Kate is looking to try to get her friends to bring her back, and we see Murray run into these Homelander, wannabes, who are harassing someone, and she steps in and you know, beats them all up using her powers of controlling blood. And then she, you know, she's on the run. We see another superhero with dog powers who sniffs and licks things, and so weird. Who's on the trace, who's trying to hunt down Murray. Murray does get to meet Starlight. Starlight does guest star in the first episode, so she has a conversation with Murray about the kind of help that she needs from Murray and what she can do, and to help. And it ends up being on Tic Tac, which allows Emma and Jordan to see, you know, and figure out where she is. And so they go after her and they reunite with their old friend who, you know, they're kind of like, it's a little standoffish because they're like, well, why weren't you there? You didn't save, and blah, face off. And we find out Kate followed, and Kate tries to push Murray, and it doesn't go well because Kate ends up getting force pushed by Jordan, where she hits her head on a rock and it cracks the skull a little bit, and Murray's trying to save Kate, but she can't touch her because if she touches Kate, Kate will push her and make her forget. So nobody can help Kate because Kate's just going to use her powers. It's a very sad, but if you watch if you stay for the coming up this season on Gen V, you'll see Kate doesn't die. So she's referred to as just being like in the hospital later on, and there's some sort of like attack or something on her. So she's being martyred, but there are references to Kate not having been dead and just in the hospital. So our intrepid trio is now on the run. We'll see what they do next. But it also seems like that they may end up going back to the school because there were scenes for later in the season. This is why the later in the season stuff doesn't really work. That show Murray and Cypher together. And Cypher's like, well, you know, you're the most powerful. You could be the most powerful. And she's like, even more than Homelander, you know? And so interesting stuff coming along. There's some religious sect of Vought that Starlight wants her to look into. I think I covered all the main bases anyway. I don't think there was a really awesome big new character introduction that we missed. There wasn't like some cool new superhero that was joining the squad. You know how sometimes you watch these shows where kids are in school and there's like the new kid who came in for the semester. I didn't really feel that. I mean, there were some like new fresh faces at the frat university, but nobody who actually feels like that they're going to be a sustainable cast member. So it's just the same people. Anyway, that's my hot, fresh, quick recap on Gen V. I don't grade things anymore necessarily episode by episode because I'm hovering, waiting for the final when I do my tomato meter review. I do like Gen V a lot. So it'd be like probably between 8.5 and a 9 is where it's floating. So I was really excited this came back. And I think that they handled Chance Perdomo's death as best as they could, considering they had already had over half the season was written from what I've read. And then they had to go back and just redo all of it. So they were already moving in a certain direction for season 2, and then they had to figure out what a new direction would look like without his character in it. So, there you go. Anyway, Gen V, which hopefully will get picked up pretty quickly. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you guys on the other side.